Prime Minister Scott Morrison has indicated the government is open to helping terrorist children if they are stranded in war zones in the Middle East. The fall of the so-called Islamic State, IS, terrorist group in Syria and Iraq has seen thousands of women and children flee to refugee camps in the region. The children of notorious Australian terrorist Khalid Sharif are among them. Their grandmother has flown to Syria to secure their release, and Mr. Morrison said Australia is working with aid agencies to try to get that done. Where there are children, and mainly that's where our focus is, I'd say exclusively that's where our focus is, he said. Then we are working with the Red Cross so that where they're in a position for people to get to a place where they might be in a position to return to Australia, then we will cooperate with that process. Video: Karen Nettleton pleads for the return of her grandchildren from Syria. ABC News. Sydney-based grandmother Karen Nettleton has told the ABC the eldest child of Sharif, Zainab, is 8 months pregnant with her third child at the age of 17. She was taken to Syria by her terrorist father and married off when she was 13 years old. There are fears her health is failing amid the squalid conditions of a refugee camp in the country's north. But he said, provided the children passed normal assessments, the government was open to assisting their return to Australia. There are issues relating to people's citizenship that has to be confirmed, and you'd expect that, he said. But where those issues are able to be addressed, we would follow the normal processes for issuing of travel documents after all those other matters have been addressed. But I am not going to put one Australian life at risk for that. In the case of Australian children, who are the innocent victims of those who took them into this atrocious place, we will do what I think Australians would expect us to do on their behalf. Nations bringing children home. There are tens of thousands of children caught in a desert wasteland where food, shelter and medical care are all in short supply. They are the children who, along with surviving parents, make up the remnants of the caliphate, now packed into the sprawling Al-Hol camp. As the last of them struggled out of the final stronghold of Baghouz, it was clear there were some Australians in the group. The camps are controlled by the Kurds, who are backed by the US-led military coalition and have registered the Australian families along with everyone else. There are reports of sporadic violence in the camps, but aid organizations and journalists are working there. Hundreds of families have been repatriated to countries like Russia and Turkey. The French government recently flew 5 orphan children home and has said it would accept another 130 French children. US President Donald Trump has urged countries to take back their nationals rather than have them released in Syria to cause more trouble in the future. The Americans have taken some fighters back already, but a few American women and children are reportedly still in the camps. In contrast, Danish MPs are expected to pass legislation stripping away the citizenship rights of children born overseas whose Danish parents supported IS.